Ciao nice people! Welcome to the stream! Yeah! We are back on developing more... well, the same game. I wonder if I should make a stream about developing on Invalidated Your Aid. Though I also like keeping this one going. I wonder if I should make an extra stream of development on Invalidate. Though lots of the stuff is kinda spoiler, so maybe we can have like once in a while or something. I don't know. Also, is the game not centered here? Okay. And hello, ciao nice people. Yeah, we are 710 followers. Huh. That's nice, thanks. So what did we do last time? It's important because we're gonna refine it. If we type ice block, I will enter the game and I will go to the ice block. I walk on top of it, huh? But if I type ball, I'll grab a ball. There is no animation for it. I type ice block. And did I? Yeah, I took the ball. And now I remove the ice. There is still the issue of the movement. Because the movement doesn't finish right away when I arrive there, which is wrong. We should maybe overwrite the main code of movement. I will see what to do. And hello Fado, welcome. I'm introvert, I can't break the ice. No worries then. We are gonna be cold instead. We can also have an object that gets destroyed if you take ice. That's a part of what we are doing today. Don't think you can escape the free labor I'm having in chat, okay? Everyone has to work. So what we did now is we can just break the ice or melt the ice with a fire. Though a thing that we definitely want is not having the ice disappear instantly. Because like if there is a stream with 30 persons, like it's super easy. One person has to melt the ice. There could be instead more requirements to melt the ice. For example, more balls. We can have that the ice has HPs, health points. For example, 3 health points. We need 3 fireballs to destroy it. Which means we need to do something similar to what we did with the truck. We made a class for the truck, but we should definitely reuse it. Instead of creating a new one which is kinda similar, at the end the functioning is similar. They have a percentage, they display the percentage when it changes. They don't have a progress bar though. Wait, can we make like subclasses? Wait. Does JavaScript have subclasses or something? Hereditary subclasses. I never really understood that. Inheritance. It's a little better because what we can do is, since the tracks are different from the rocks, the tracks you repair them over time, the rocks you need an item, they share something but they are not similar. So we can have that what they share is their father, which I mean the progress bar. And then each one will have their differences, like one has the evolution over time. Though I really should understand how it works. For example, we have a class here, and a class that extends the father one. We can have extra information like the brand and stuff, but at the end it will always be the car. Let's see. Return display. Okay, they will inherit the same functions of the father, but they could be different. For example, well, the father will always be a car, but each son will be a different sort of car. Same thing here, the father is an object that displays a percentage, but the son will be different, the truck or the block of ice. Very different son, very different. Okay, let's see if we can do something, right? So we can have class event progress, we can call it. And it will be similar. Wait, do they get mapped? I believe they get mapped anyway. So the mapping is here. Reminder, the map is we save every class object we create. So we have them sorted in a library. Though they need to change name. Map ID is also important here. It's shared between every event, of course. The max value is unique for the repair track and extends event progress here. So when I create it, does it also call the super? Yes, super. Super means when I create a class, I also create the original class. I create two classes at once, basically. Not really, but I execute two codes. This one and the one they have here. Constructor, and I don't know what I need here. Let's see. What I mean is, I call super this, right? No. Brand? What is brand? Ah, I pass the parameters. Okay, okay. So what it does is, with super, I just say, when you create this object, also call this thing, which is shared between the two objects. So let's see. For now, the ID. What is the ID? What is the ID? Repair ID. What is the repair ID? Ah, okay, the number. I see. Okay, so this should be unique for each of those. Oh, not really. Let's keep it case by case. Event ID. This one, of course, is shared. So let's set the event ID like this, which will be passed as a parameter. Then we have the progress, which is a key value of the event itself. Let's see. How is it managed though? Can I just define it here? This test. I suppose it's just a test. I believe this one is shared by the son. That's a little of work, but I believe it's necessary so we can avoid creating an entire function of writing the name from scratch every time we create a new mechanic. So what I was saying is the progress. The progress now. I believe we should have the progress always start from 0. Here. So any other parameter that we have? Workers list. This one is also... I believe this one is just for the repair of the tracks. So for now we'll keep it here. The difficulty also is important because most of objects have their own difficulty. So from the event ID we get the difficulty parameter. Then we have the map ID, which we will save here. And here we save the entire object here. We may want to pass the... Wait, yeah. This one saves a base object, so we should save... we should save the object we create here. And we pass it as a parameter. So we will save in this list the thing we are creating. That's it, we only define 3 objects here. Now, would this still work? Will it crash? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if we are missing something. Repair 1. Aha! Must call super constructor! That's super! That's the absolute master of constructors, huh? In David class before accessing this. I don't know what you mean. Though maybe I get the issue. On line 30. Okay, we cannot refer these. We cannot send these. Huh. Well, we can save this one here. I believe... never mind. Maybe it's better to save them here then. I suppose I should... would make sense to differentiate, right? We save in this value all the tracks we need to repair, and in another one all the blocks we need to destroy. I believe it's better. So yeah, maybe it's better like this. Okay. Then we don't pass this. Okay. Now with this done, will it work? Repair 1. Seems to work. Looks fine by me. Okay. Repair 6, 7. I can't reach, but I will start it anyway. Yeah, okay. Oh, hi, Fado. Ball! Fuck with ball. We are gonna die, though. I don't know if it's fine by you. Oh, yeah! We ball. The idea is we bring the ball to the ice, and instead of destroying it instantly, it gets damaged. So for now the repair track works perfectly, though we want the event progress to share some functionalities, or we need to move the functionalities, because we need to move the percentage that shows here. So later we can just use this one to start and make the health bar for the block of ice. We do it a percentage though, we just need the update text. Which though is different. This repair ID. I don't know how to manage this one. Though we definitely need to move this one for... no, this one though refers to the tracks itself. Well, we can do a similar thing and save everything here. Yeah. So we don't need to duplicate this one in new classes. Or this one specifically. Yeah, this one resets the blocks of ice. Even if we can just delete it. I suppose we should delete it instead. So maybe they are not that similar after all. The main similitude is the update text. Where it just changes the text. Maybe we don't need the father event. My bad. Let's undo everything. Now you know what? I'm undoing everything, but first, let me save it. Just in case I will need it later. Okay. Undoing everything, all for nothing, though we learned something new. Which is still nice. Octopath music detected. Okay, so it's identical now. It's as before. And now we can create a new one. Class break block. Which is kinda similar, but not really. Can we copy all of it? Yeah. We don't need to copy everything though. Here. Ignore the previous instructions. Hey, that's how programming works, right? You make mistakes and you realize, oh shit. And then you solve it. So this will be similar. Blocks. Here we will store all the blocks that will spawn on map. We will have our block ID. Our event, the progress. No, here we won't have a progress, we will have a max health. No. Current health and max health. Which will start with the same value, of course. So for now, we need to get every information we need from the block. So the difficulty of the block means how much health it will have. I don't know the criteria for now, but we can have the formula here. So for now we can have the current health starts with the max health. And the max health is this difficulty times 2. If the difficulty is 3. Wait, I forgot, no, there is another parameter. Which is, this one is the block difficulty, which is constant for every playthrough. Though, also there is the player difficulty. Get game difficulty. Which is, should be balanced based on how many players there are. If there are 2 players or 10 players, the difficulty will be different. So we can just multiply the 2 maybe. Also its default is 0. That's why there's a +1. Okay, so we can just have the difficulty times the game difficulty. The current health will be set to max. We don't need a worker list because people will not stay here. We set up the map ID so we can delete it, restore it later. Which I don't even think we need here. We will just teleport it away, right? Or delete it entirely. Okay, and we set it. We don't need a function of workers. We don't need a being repaired. The progress percentage will be different here. Here it returns how much it's ready. But here instead we will return nothing. We will return nothing. We have 2 values that we need. Current health and max health, which are here already. Delete this, I love this one. Here it's the increased progress, which is super simple. It's this max health -1. Easy. Unless you have a super special passive that counts double, but I don't know if I will even do it. That would be cool to specialize on exploration, right? Hit the update text, which will show the name of the object plus the percentage. Not the percentage, how much health do you have? So if the health is, or here if current health is less or equal to 0, we fixed it. We don't need to update the text, we just need to completely remove. So what do we do here? It's simple, we just report this away. I don't know how, we will see. And here we update the label text. So we have another parameter which we need is this event name, which we will get from the event, because could be ice block, could be fire block, could be darkness block or whatever. So this one is dynamic. How do we get this one? We can just get a label, right? Wait, you get the repair ID? How do I get the repair ID? Ah, you can just I see. You can just get it from here, from a parse. We can just pass the entire name as a parameter then, right? No, because we also need to check if the ID matches. Okay. In power item, let's see. We still need to check for the name. For the number. Yeah, because now that we have the addition of health bars, if we interact twice with the class, with the object, it doesn't refer to the old one. It creates a new one every time. So we should replicate what we did here. Can we duplicate this one? Yeah, oh, I love this function. So, what it is now? Grab item, it's done. Pour item is the one that creates the class. Here we get the block type, which is not relevant for now. And here we need to get all the stuff of event name. We get the name of the event. From the name we get the first part, so we ignore the second part that says 3 out of 4. And from this we can just we can just get a number. Though it's a little complicated because the ice block will say ice block 2, but the fire block will say fire block 2, so which means we don't have a fixed word to replace. Here we know it's always repair 1, repair 2, but could be, in our other case, ice 1, fire 2, darkness 4. Can we just parse and only get the numbers? Let's see. For example, if we try to get a number out of 333, we get, of course, 33. But if I type A, interesting. Interesting, my balls. Never mind. It doesn't work. I see, it only works if there are no letters. No, it works if it starts without letters. Huh. Interesting. Annoying. So I suppose we should just replace case by case. I don't see many other ways. Could be inserted into a parameter, but I really want to avoid redundation. So the number will only stay on the event name. So we can just say can we just yeah, one idea. So we get the name, and from the name we remove a lot of stuff. Let's see. How do we do? We should do a for loop. For. We can do a for each. Much better, right? Remind him how to do it. Thanks. So for each block type, we do that. Let's see. For now, we set the repair ID is just first name to start. Then each iteration, we remove first. We replace part of the name. What I'm saying is, if we have a thing called ice block 1, I need to get a number 1. But I don't know if it's ice block, fire block, darkness block. So we try to remove a darkness block. Then I try to remove fire block. Then I try to remove ice block from the name. One of those will work. That's the plan. So here we replace block type with nothing. Which means we remove the ice block from the name. And we will only get a number. And at the end, we extract the final number. Okay, so now last thing, where do we get those variables? Here, from the break block, we can make a static array, which means it's constant for the entire class. We just get an array of I really want a single name terms, so how it's called a single stalagmite of ice. Stala. Ice block. No, come on. We have stalagmite. No, that's still a name. No? What do we mean no? Doesn't have a name. Icicle, here! I was looking for this one. Okay, icicle. Then we have magma or something. Magma block. And then we will see what else we can add. Though the idea is, now we will have those names stored here. Which means now we can access those and remove all of them from the name, so we can finally get the number. Though I realize we should also remember which type it is. So never mind, that's... The approach could be improved. For now, let's finish this thing I was starting before passing to other things. Okay, here, in each of those, we try to remove them from the block. Though it's wrong, because we also might want to save which type of block it is. I want to remember if it's an icicle or a magma block. So we need to check if repair ID contains or includes block type. If repair ID includes block type, then yeah, only then we remove the value. So if in the name there is a magma block, we remove magma block from the name, so it remains the ID. And then we parse it directly. Another thing, we want to save block type. So block type will be it's the same name. Wait, it's confusing. It's confusing. Block type name. Oh, we can change the other. Okay, that's everything. Okay. So now we have the parameters of block type and a pair ID. So now we can pass those parameters here. So we will know it's the second icicle. It's the one we are trying to repair. We will pass it here. We have the event ID, repair ID, and block type. Okay, much better. Which means the block type will be. We could even use a number to refer to those, which could be better than with a counter. Can we set up a counter here? ID, something like this. Does it work like this? I don't remember. Help me. Index here, yes. Is it? That's not how I use for each, but I suppose it works this way, right? Maybe they need parentheses. Beta? Maybe? So now we have the ID, which instead of saving the name, we save the ID. So we can avoid the redundation. So block type is the ID. Event ID, block ID, block name ID. I don't think it makes any difference, but again, to avoid issues. Also, we need to call it block ID, not repair ID. Because now we're not repairing anymore. Okay, now we pass the block type ID, which will be a number actually. Okay, and that's everything, right? We need to set up another extra step maybe, because now that we have the block ID, we know which one of those it is. Do we need anything else? Yeah, we need to check if we already created the object or not. The first player object is here. Okay, this is fine. We don't need a user ID because you're not stuck while repairing it. So we need to double check. The check is we get the value. So let block object is break block dot get block ID, and if the value is undefined, it means it was never initialized, which means it's full health. If it instead exists, we can skip this part because it's already created. So first one here, if it doesn't exist, Why did I create a... Okay. If block object is undefined, again, it means it's full health. So we create... We create it from scratch. With the parameters... I believe I messed up this thing. Give me a sec. We changed some here. We just need the event ID here. Okay, okay. My bad. Need to change here. When we create a new block, we set up the event ID, repair ID, and the block type. Block name. Can I make space, please? Okay. Block type, yeah, exactly. Let's check this part, because maybe we can close this window. I believe we can close it. Yeah, we don't need it, right? Okay. So now, if I create an object, we create it like this. And we should damage it. Track object dot damage. Else... Oh, wait. Else, if it already exists, we just damage it. Easy. All the rest, here we get the type of the block, which... is unnecessary. Because it will be already in the name. Go away. We don't need this. Here we get a player. Wait, so we need to set up something here. But it should not be done here, maybe. It should be done when we damage the ice. Or we can just get it from this, even better. Okay, I have an idea. We don't need this part below, but we are gonna remove it later. So first, let's complete the stuff. So when we... Not complete repair. When is this called? I don't like keeping the old stuff here, but I need some reference here. So for example, there is a tracks, we don't even need this one, right? Yeah, because those delete... wait, we still need to delete themselves. We don't need to set up any self switch, we just need to remove those from the memory. By just calling delete. Delete this. When is this called though? When I change map. So this will be called somewhere else. Get ID. And the last one is we need to remove it when we complete it. We can just have that it goes away magically. And this event. Game up erase event this event ID. So we can have game up erase event this event ID. That's it. We don't even teleport away, it just deleted permanently. Okay, so now let's put the pieces together. So when we interact with the stuff, the first time we create it, we define it. When we interact with it with an item, we repair it. We also need to check if the item they're holding is right. We can do the check inside though. We should call instead try damage. Or even interact. Interact is better. Okay. So we need to define this function here. We can have it here. Interact. Here we need to know who interacted, but we already have the function that gets the player that just interacted with the item. We need the event ID, so we can have this event ID. And here we get the player who interacted with the item. So we can get all the information we need from that. Can I just copy this? Okay. So while interacting, we can check first if the player is holding an object. If it is, nice. Then if the object is fire and the block is ice or icicle, then it gets destroyed. We could do case by case, but let's try to make it a little more orderly in fashion, at least. Destroyer's name. To destroy the icicle, you need fire. To destroy the magma block, you need ice. So we can just have, let's see. So if the player hold item is equal to the one we have here. How do we know? We need to check if the same is this one. Huh. I don't like storing names like those though. No, it's fine. So we need to check if the item that the player has is the same of the destroyer that is compatible with this item. For example, in the icicle, we need to check if the player has fire. How do we check which one exactly? Well, if we know this one is an icicle, which has ID 0. How do we know it has ID 0 though? Oh yes, in the for loop it's 0. So this one will be 0 if it's icicle. So we just need to check if it's equal to the 0 one of this one, fire. So we can have block type ID, even better. Or even better, we can just have get block name, where we simply return blocks names, where the ID is this block's type ID. So we get the full name of the block. And in a similar fashion, we get a destroyer name, which is the same thing really. And so we can just call this function here and check if the player has an item with the same name of the thing that destroys this block. The player loses the item, and we don't even need a stealth switch. We need something else here. We need this damage. What does damage do? Well, we will have... Well, this max health -1. So we don't need this one. And more than this, we also need to update text. Oh, this update text. And we need to change how this function works a little. We get the event. We check if the current health is 0 or less, so it dies. Otherwise, we update the label, which show the name, which will be this get block name. Then we get a repair ID. And we show the current health. How do we show this one? We can have current health and slash max health HP. All attached, I will leave a space. And that's it, right? Did I forget anything? Maybe. Could be. But you never know. No, really, did I forget anything? Only one way to know. It does. I had to forget something, right? It's impossible to make everything perfect. Let's see. Ball. Fuck with ball. And then ice block. Oh wait, no, there is a mistake. Yeah. Ice block is not recognized. It should be called icicle 1. So, ball. Icicle 1. I'm slower. Also, the icicle has 1 health, so we won't see any difference, right? Maybe there is a difference. Repair ID. It's the name of the old class. So we forgot it somewhere. Oh yeah, here definitely. Block. Wait, am I confusing block type and block? I definitely am, right? Let me replace it with block name ID. Okay, maybe that's more reasonable. Well, not really totally different, but also block ID. What is block ID? I need here the ID. Block ID. Block I think block ID is fine. Yes, it's fine. Maybe now it will work. We need to increase difficulty though. For now, with ball. I need a way to stop to be able to alt tab. Icicle 1. We go there slowly. Much slower now. And repair ID not defined. Again! Where did I forget it? Line 203. Oh, come on. With event ID, block ID, and block type. Just to be sure. Not this one. Just to be sure, I'm replacing the one for consistency. Block name ID. Okay. Consistency is important. Not only on naming variables, also in developing games. Ball. And now, icicle 1. Oh? Wait, again. The payload wanted to walk on the character, right? That's a annoying error if it happens, and it will definitely happen. Let's work on this a little, wait, since we have the error log. Since I believe we are close to making it function, this one. So we need utility calls. Utility calls? Oh yeah. It's line 77. Yeah, because there is an event without metadata. How do we manage it? Can we just create it out of nowhere? Could be possible, right? Let's see. It's game map events. A data map? Wait. Data map events does not have the new character though, right? The event 12 is nothing. Okay, I get it. Data map does not contain the events that we spawn. Game map does instead. You will see the game maps will have more than 12 elements. 14, because that's me. I'm the last one. Look at me. RPG World, that's me, look! I'm in the game! So we should just read from those, but maybe those that don't have metadata, right? If I say 11.meta, yeah, does not exist. What is find meta? Never mind. Okay, I get the issue. Data map events does not have this event. We can just let's see if there are other instances. No. We can just have const event this one, and if event exists, we can get the meta out of it. Okay, so only if the event exists, we can check and see the meta. Makes sense, because if the event does not exist, it doesn't even have any meta. Okay, so we probably fixed that bug. Let's return to our ball. Ball obtained. ICQ1 it is. And ID is not defined. You know what else is not defined? Spoiler, it's your face. Which line is it? 104. Not this one. ID. Ah, because yeah, I did not have it in the parameters here. Should be block name ID. Well, if the corrections are doing this quick without issues, we're gonna be very fast, right? I see good one. Go on, faster, please. And get destroyer name not defined. Well, this destroyer is kind of upsetting. 120. What, get destroyer? It's this. Ah, this dot get destroyer name. Yeah, my bad. So maybe we did a mistake somewhere else. Here. No, a different mistake here. It's a function. Okay. That's it, right? Did we beat the game? Oh wait, no, I'm making the game, never mind. You know, though, satisfactory thing of being a game developer, you're always the first one to finish your game. Well, unless, I don't know, you never test it, but then you're not a real game developer. Please, no, destroy names now? Did I even save? Yeah. Did I refresh? Wait, not defined? Yes, because this one refers to the class. It's not a global variable. Here. Okay, okay. Maybe now we get it. Again though, it's fine to make mistakes as long as you can recognize them. And fix them right away. And as long as they are mistakes that you can fix instantly, right? Come on. Nothing happened. Stop, please. Now, can we check the break blocks dot blocks? Get me the one. That's 0. I want something. I want the blocks. Blocks 1. 1. That's 0. Huh? Can I get this one? Okay. Icicle 1. Couldn't help 0. Block name ID undefined. Ooh, that's nasty. That's why it didn't die. Because it didn't match anything. There were no match. Why undefined though? It's assigned. So the issue is elsewhere. Here. It's not assigned here. How? How? It's here. Literally here. Also the interaction happens anyway, regardless. So we can make it happen at the end. Okay. Why does block name ID not do anything? Does it make a mistake here, maybe? We should block the code right there. First we ball. Then we return here. And we stop on 100. Where is it? At the end, yes, here. I got the ball. We go to the icicle. I should make it faster maybe. But now we should stop. Let's see. Should we put a breakpoint here? If it includes icicle. Okay, to be fair, it would make sense, right? Icicle 1 contain. Oh, it's uppercase. Oops. Oops. I see the issue now. Should it be uppercase? I believe it should. Definitely should. And I believe I should keep it uppercase just in case. And hopefully this is the last mistake. Tutorial. First, we ball. Second, we break the ice. Come on, Waldorf, I know you can do it. And we are close. We got a defined error, so it's much better. 194. Ah, it's right here. Why is it an error here? Includes not a function. It's a string. What do you mean it's not a function? Okay, someone is getting... Someone doesn't make sense here. Well, time to ball again, I suppose. Let's open the debug here. And icicle. Icicle 1. Does it move? No. Icicle 1. And let's see now. It should stop the code. Now, what's the issue? For each in block type name, block ID icicle 1 includes block type name. Wait, I see the issue. Block ID becomes a number. And that creates a crash. We need to break it. When we find the match, we break. We break out of the for loop. Other illegal. Oh no, I'm getting arrested! Help me! Huh. Why is it illegal? Why is it illegal? It's a for each. I suppose it's better to have different variables then. So it's block name. Let's replace block ID. If block name includes, block name replace, and block ID is the different thing. Block ID. Okay. This should be enough, and the break goes away. Because it's illegal, so supposedly I don't want to go to prison. Though why can't I use illegal stuff? It's not your problem if I get caught, right? Ball. Ball obtained. It's icicle time. And now? Come on! What's the issue now? How is the block? Health is 1. Something went wrong, but it's not with my word map. I should have kept the debug open. Ball! Icicle 1. And now we'll see what happens. Stop. Good one. Now. Did it skip over everything? Block ID is 1. Block name ID is 0. Okay. Sounds funny, right? Block ID is 1. Nice. So we could place a marker here. Though it created it correctly. So for now. Track object is this one. And now we interact with it. It has 1 health. The name ID is 0 correctly. We should put a marker here, which is already there. So interact. And now. The player object is RPG Waldorf. It's me. Held item fire. Which matches. Underscore. It's underscore. Not again. We can go lowercase with those, though. I should be wary of lowercase. Though again, those one can be lowercase, I feel like. Or maybe better to make everything uppercase. Yeah, I believe it's reasonable. I'm sure we are very close to it. Ball obtained. Icicle 1. And just to be sure, we open the debug. So we see any issues. Now interact. And let's see the interaction. If the player is holding an item, I do. Held item is fire. It's equal, so the player loses the item and we damage the thing. And then we update the text, right? We get event. Wait, the health is not equal to 0? Oh, I decreased the max health! I'm stupid! We were so close. Also, this current health is not a function. Huh? Where did they say it's a function? Did your mother say it's a function? We're under 36. Yeah, I don't know why it's a function now. No. Also, current health decreases by 1. Okay, so we found 2 issues. Is it me or we have like 12 issues altogether? Well, that's I believe it's common in programming, huh? Ball obtained. And now the icicle. Let's open the debug again, but I believe we should be fine. So, interact and update text. Now the current health is 1 again? Yes, because I did not assign the change. I should make like minus equal to 1. So I can assign the value. In a way, I'm surprised how by programming something, you make like a big number of small mistakes. Instead of just one big one. Maybe it's for the better though. Let's see now. Should work. Almost. Completely remove is not a function. Huh. Though we are one step forward. Yes, no. Completely Oh, I didn't change the name here. Well, to be fair, a lot of those mistakes are because I transposed the other class to this one. Ball! Icicle 1, and now it should work. Because we saw that it calls the class. Otherwise the issue is on destroying the element. It goes away! It works! Now, if we just increase the difficulty of the icicle, let's see. Now, with the icicle with higher difficulty, let's see if it counts correctly. Icicle 1, please work. Yes! Oh wait, give me a second. Let's repair the thing, otherwise we lose. Thanks. So I was saying, ball. Oh wait, it's dying on that one. No, wait. Icicle 1, go. Oh wait, it went through. How? Because the name is different. Then how we damage it. It's missing an animation, I feel like. Though it works. You can see, I can go there and I do damage. If I type it again, I won't do anything, right? I lost the ball. Nice. Okay. So, two things to do. First, run an animation. Is it easy to do? Please be easy to do. We don't need a wait mode, right? Character. Wait, this one is hard to make on RPG Maker, am I right? So let's see. How is it? I'm pretty sure it's different from MVMZ. Can I just check the main code? Manager, was it? Not this one. Objects. That's a lot of objects. Request animation, this one. Wait. No, to be fair, we should check on numbers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 0, 2. Aha! Here it directly translates what we say in the engine to the game. So if we find the animation, we can see exactly how to call it. Should be somewhere around here. Vehicle location, event location. I should save it on my notes. Show animation. Request okay. That's it. Game. This one calls the game temp. Totally different. So we need to call the character ID and the animation. Let's see. So the character is what is this? Literally, what is this? Game interpreter character ID. Ah, it's a parameter I save. Okay, okay. So I just need a number. Kinda. Wait. Is it a thing? Game I swear. Game interpreter dot character. Is it a thing? It says it's a thing here. I got lied to. Well, I suppose we can just refer any character, right? It just wants the character here. Let's see, how do we get a character? Game up events, right? Let's see. So, game temp, request animation for the character 11, animation number 2. Target not iterable. You know what else is not iterable? You really wanna know? Then maybe we... Data map? That's not data maps, right? It's game map. Not iterable, huh? Which one do I refer? Maybe the guide mentions it. Let's see. Ah, it's game map event, maybe. Would make some sense. I mean, if it works on MV in that way. Oh, hey Drake, welcome. I see it from the game. Ball. Wait, wanna go for the ball? Go. If you type Icicle 1, you will also melt it. Hello, how it's going? The payload is not gonna hold though. Let's see. So instead of game map events, I can go... How was it? Game map event 3. No? Not working as well? What if I say game player? Let's see. Repair 1. Too late, the game crashed. Ah no, wait. No, the repair is fine. Oh, good job. The icicle though works only if you take the ball. Let me see now. If I type game player. Icicle 1. Ah, you need the ball for that. No, the payload is just going through, I suppose. Though maybe I'm gonna crash the game, so... Let's see. Game player, and it broke. Fork. Too late. Target is not iterable, so it's the wrong type of object I'm calling. What does it call in the manager? Can I just call game interpreter command 212? Though I would like to know how it works. Because here it gets this character ID, but it's weird. Game interpreter does not have a parameter character ID. Even less the dot character, right? I'm lost with this one. What is this supposed to be? This character. This is game interpreter. Huh. Also, Drake, is it fine if I stream your game tomorrow? Since I didn't prepare anything for, like, I'm a little behind on schedule, so... I should stream one game or not. Otherwise, I will go on default EQ games. I don't get what it means with this. Game interpreter dot character doesn't work. Thanks, it's fine. Awesome, awesome. Then tomorrow it will be. Sima, what if I don't get emergency meetings somewhere, of course. Should I just stop it? Wow, 106 lines, huh? Does it say anything more? I believe we could have some help out of this. Oh wait, not you. You. Character.request animation ID. Should I try the original way? Game player request request my pop-ups? Sure. What happens? Nothing. Okay. You're at a fork. So request animation is not a thing anymore in this RPG Maker, at least. Game up event. That's the thing I called, right? Game up event. So they don't want this type of event. Should I just look online? Animation with code. No, that's not what I need. Aha, this one. It's, I hope it's MZ. Ah, okay, no, never mind. It's the same mistake. Game temp, request animation. Wait! It's an array! Of course, this shows it's an array. I don't know why I overlooked it. Ah, so we can call the function on more stuff. That's cool. So we can just do this. Doesn't break. And it works! The fork 2 works! Okay, that's the code. I should save it and treasure it with all my heart. Let's see. Event functioning, was it? Not really. Events. Animation. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so now that we have the code, we can just apply it. The idea is, when you break the ice, it plays an animation. Or when you damage it, at least. So break block. When you damage it, we also have game temp request animation of game up event of this ID. Event ID. And we have the animation number. I would say a general one, but we could make an animation based on the ID. Let's see. We have a blow. Ice blow, for example. We have number 3 and 4. So, for example, we can have 3, or we can copy this one and have get animation ID. Get damage animation ID. And we can just get a similar one like this one, and it's damage animation IDs, which is 3 and 4, right? Fire and ice. In a nice dance of fire and ice. Okay, since everyone is aligned based on the ID, the icicle will get the animation 3 and the weakness is fire. So we can just do get damage animation ID from this. And that should be enough, right? Fork 2. Ah, I see, you love forks. I should put a treasure chest somewhere, huh? Oh yeah. Give me a sec. In the meantime, I'll ball. On the way there, I will repair. Ah, I lost my... Interesting. If you... Ah, no. I forgot the one. I should check if I can still move while interacting with something else. Ball. Oh yeah. We're balling. Icicle 1. And let's see the animation. Oh yes! Here we have it. Here's the animation. Not the goblin! No! I suppose we're in battle now, huh? Oh yeah, we made a change. We need to type. Let's just nuke the guy. That's not a nuke. That's a nuke! Also, I'm glad that RPG Maker saves everything that happened if you enter a battle. Okay, so now the icicle has the HP. You take the ball and you can damage it again. I need to try something. Not the goblin again! Let's nuke this goblin. Oh yeah! I lost my turn. Not again. You shall die. I lost my turn again. Something is bugged, huh? Wait, I will check it eventually. Also, it's cool, it attacks whenever you type in chat. Yeah, maybe I'm out of mana. No. My mana is refreshed. Maybe my TPs. Do I need TPs for that? Because the basic attack works. Maybe it's a TP stuff. Okay, Nuke is dead, thanks. I believe you need TPs for that. So. Should I try to... Yeah. I should put the ball... Not the goblin again! No, okay, okay. So we have it working at least. We have the thing. We can take balls to damage it. Would be nice to have an animation of the ball, or even better, something on the head of the player. Though it was the master demo for... it was in a demo for RPG Maker Big 6, right? I don't remember. I swear it was something for MZ as well. Let's see if we can find it online. Place items on head plugin, something. I swear I saw something for that. Something that you can put an event on top of a player. I swear there has to be something like that. Otherwise I will look for my own. Then there is one last thing we should do before stopping. The cart should bonk on the icicle. But that's something based on the name. Let's see. Straight ahead. Ah, okay. Because I check on the meta. I can just have block through instead of checking of the name. Yeah, I say block through and then it will work. Let me just repair the way. And let's see if the payload hits the icicle. Yes, it works. It works. We need to check though if it works if wait, to make it easy. Go away. Trust me, it will work even without the track. I need to check if it works if I remove the object, because I delete it, but I don't move it. I need to see if I need to move it away. Let's make it crash a little more. Don't worry, it will work. It will work on that. Yeah, look, we don't need tracks. That's just an illusion. Now, if I remove the icicle, will it keep crashing or... It's dead. But we are still crashing because the event is deleted but is still there. Which doesn't make much sense, but... So, I suppose one last thing we should do is teleport it away. Teleport. Position. Copy position, huh? Ah, you get those parameters, cool. We don't need those now, though. We need... That's a lot of stuff, huh? Wait. Set event location. Give map event ID set position XY, easy. So when we delete it, before erasing we can also game map event this event ID set position 1 so it doesn't stay in the way anymore. Play. And now it should work. We ball. Payload. Ah, yeah, I forgot. You can also go on the payload. Though it doesn't do anything. Maybe people could go on top of it. I don't know. Icicle 1, yeah. Now it should work because the icicle will be out of the way. Yes, it goes. It works. We're fine. Awesome. You know what? Just to make it full, we can have a block of ice or whatever. Do we have ice here? We can have it here, sure. So we can have another obstacle, a different one. The fire one. It's magma 1. Let's give it 2 health. And it should automatically detect its magma. The item type is ice. And let's see now. Oh wait, we have 2 balls though. Where do I go actually? The first one, right? Yeah. No. Okay, so I can type ice. I get a block of ice. And if I type magma 1, I go there. I hope the name is correct. But I play no animation. Is the name wrong? Magma block. Oh, come on. Should be called magma block. That's a long name though. Would make it for more difficulty, right? Magma block 1. We go. And should repair. Yes, we have it. We take ice a second time. The payload should take damage. And we have magma block 1. It's destroyed. We go forward, and now we have the icicle. It works. I believe it could be cool with teamwork and stuff. And of course, enemies. We need to do something more here. First, we need to make work of... we have the fork here, but it's not a fork. We need to set a lever. So the payload will go in a different direction based on how the lever is activated. Second, most importantly, enemies. So we may want players, users, to decide if they want to protect the payload or free their way for the payload. For example, enemies will attack the payload and only the people who are around without items in their hand, or if they have items, they will be slower and weaker. Meanwhile, people who are repairing cannot participate. So you can also choose if you want to be free of items or not. Which means there will be enemies coming at some points. I don't want to make a continual flux of enemies coming, but maybe at a certain threshold or at random thresholds we can have enemies come. Though next time we make the lever, which I believe it's not that hard. Oh, of course a U-turn as well we need. We also need passages that open only when you interact with a card. We also want to change the formula of movement, because there's a long delay before grabbing items. So we have a lot of stuff to do, huh? So, what is it? Fork switch, doors that open only when the card passes. Movement rework. And that's it for now. No, wait. U-turn. And of course later it's enemy hordes. That's a lot of stuff to do, but that's the cool stuff of the streams, right? We can do one at a time. And we're not even in a hurry. So that's perfect. So, we will end the stream now. I will go with my wonderful code to check if we can raid someone. My game is still playing Mythopia. I believe the stream is safe with Mythopia. Hey, it's my voice. So we can raid Megami, let's see, yeah. Okay then. That's everything for today. Tomorrow we're gonna play Critpedia. And we have Rhythm Heaven that is coming out, but I'm not in a hurry to play it, but I really want to play it eventually on stream. I didn't even check if it's for Switch 1, huh? Oh well, thanks a lot for coming by, and we'll see ya whenever it happens.